Hi everyone! Today I'd like to show you how to make a rubber band guitar instrument out of some simple materials. So the materials you're going to need for this project are some scissors, some rubber bands, a box, some tape, and a paper towel roll. Let's get started. So you want to take your box first, and you're going to be cutting a hole in your box so that we can leave some overhang to fold down. Now, normally string instruments have a smaller hole than the one I'm going to be cutting. The reason that we don't want to do a small hole is because when you put your rubber bands on, if you leave this overhang, the rubber bands will slap against it and it will stop the vibration. And that's something you can certainly test before you cut as big of a hole as I'm cutting, and see for yourself how it works. So now that I've cut a good size hole, leaving some overhang, I'm gonna cut the corners so that I can fold these down to make the box sturdier, and it will be less inclined to bend. So I've cut the four corners so that we can fold down and tape them. You also at this point should tape the top of the box together so that it doesn't move anywhere. I'm just using masking tape, but you can use any tape you like. You could even glue it down if you'd like to. Like I said, rubber bands are pretty strong, so making the sides of the box stronger is going to help it stay together. And while we're speaking of boxes, you don't have to use a cereal box. You can experiment with different sizes, different shapes, different materials. You could get bowls, you could try it on pots and pans. Try it with styrofoam. Styrofoam is very good at spreading sound. Just make sure it's all nice and solid. All right, looks pretty solid. Next, we can attach our paper towel tube, which will be the neck of the guitar. There's probably many different ways of doing this, but the way I found that was easiest was to cut kind of tabs into the bottom of the paper towel tube. And then you can fold those tabs back and tape them to the guitar. So now we have some tabs that can be used to go on the top or the bottom of the guitar. So I'm gonna tape those. Okay, so at this point I've added on my neck of the guitar with some tape, made sure it's nice and secure. Unfortunately, it's purely aesthetic for the rubber band guitar. It's not like a real guitar that would have frets, but it is easier to hold onto the guitar, especially for little ones. At this point, you can decorate your guitar. You can paint it, add some construction paper, make it all colorful and beautiful. If you do not want to, that's okay too. It's easier to decorate it before you add the rubber bands. So now I'm gonna add my rubber bands. I have a couple here. There are different sizes and thicknesses, and that's gonna affect the sound, which is something that you can experiment at home. I attach them lengthwise onto the box, and it doesn't matter if they're twisted or flat. And you can see that when you add it, you can pluck it and get a nice sound. I can change that sound by tightening it or loosening it just by pulling on it. So if I tighten it, the pitch is gonna go up. If I loosen it, the pitch is gonna go down. And all you have to do is just pull it very gently on the box. Now you can even take a tuner and put your guitar in a certain tune. So if you add 2 or 3 rubber bands, you could even make a chord if you'd like to, which would be kind of cool. If you don't have a tuner, that's okay. You can kind of just use your ear to figure out what you'd like it to be. And then add as many or as few rubber bands as you like. So at this point, if you'd like to go and explore and play with your rubber band guitar, that's awesome. If you'd like to expand on this activity a little bit, and you have some young kids at home that would like to try their hand at composition, this is a great opportunity to write something for your rubber band guitar. So for young kids, pre-K, younger, you can not only explore composition, but also be teaching colors, shapes, literacy, reading left to right. So these are all great things to do with this activity. Maybe you can assign a shape to every string of the guitar. Maybe the top string is a square, and the middle string is a circle, and the bottom string is a triangle. Challenge your students or your children to compose a song for their rubber band guitar using shapes. If your student's a little bit older and they understand quarter notes, eighth notes, maybe some rests, you could assign each note a color and write a song with colored notes. Take it even further, if you have older kids who know how to use the staff and you have a tuner handy, you can get your guitar in tune and write a song on the staff for your guitar. So for example, maybe this middle one might sound like this. Hope you have fun, and if you have some ideas that you'd like to share with us, send us some pictures of your guitars that you make at home. Thanks for watching.